It is 5:30 a.m. and it is day 1 of my stretch of 4 shifts. If you are new here, I am Maddie and I am an ICU nurse in San Diego. If you watched last week's vlog, you saw that my parents were here. So I had about 5 days off, but the great thing about it is with nursing, I didn't actually have to take any days off. I really wanted a long stretch off. I could schedule myself Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and then work Thursday, Friday, Saturday of the following week. And that is one way that you can have a longer period off. I remember when I was a nursing student and attending clinicals, and I could not believe how long 12-hour, 12 and a half, sometimes 13-hour shifts truly were. I personally would prefer to work 12 to 13 hours a day and only work 3 days a week, as opposed to Monday through Friday jobs. I just don't think I could wake up and go to work 5 days a week. I think it's a little easier mentally to just do it 3 days a week. But I will say that the 3 shifts are equally as exhausting because you're doing just as much as you would do over a span of days all in one day. And because I'm at the hospital for so long, I can't really do anything on those days. I can't run errands, I can't go to appointments, I can't really meet my friends for dinner at a normal time. So it really does encompass your whole entire day. I really wanted to vlog these next couple shifts with you guys and take you along with me to give you guys a little insight on what it looks like when I am working multiple days in a row. Today is a Friday, and so I didn't really prep anything as far as food goes. Sometimes when I do have a longer stretch, I will prep meals, but my hospital actually has really good food. I do enjoy just grabbing breakfast and lunch there, but on the weekends I do have to get stuff because the cafeteria closes early and they don't have a wider variety of things. They just have a couple items on the grill open, and if I don't prepare something and bring something, I will order and have something delivered. And I thought that it would be fun to give a little backstory on my nursing journey. So I am currently working in an ICU in San Diego, but I graduated nursing school in 2016. I went through a fast track program that was 3.5 years. So I graduated in December of 2016, sat for my NCLEX in February of 2017, and then started my first job in March of 2017. My hair is crazy right now. As a new grad, I started out on a stroke tele floor. I am very fortunate that I was able to get a day shift position right out of nursing school. And my old hospital that I worked at did have a nurse residency program, and if you're a new grad, I seriously recommend finding a new grad residency program when looking for a job. It's a game changer having that extra support. So as a new grad, I had a 10-week orientation with 2 different preceptors, and then with that nurse residency program, all the new grads would meet once a month and we'd get to do hands-on learning. Our educator would take us through different scenarios that we need to know about. We were able to take our ACLS, BLS, NIHSS tests, just everything we were able to do all together, which was super nice. Personally, for me, starting out as a new grad on a telemetry floor was perfect. I was able to learn a lot of things in a short amount of time. I had patients who were on some cardiac drips. We did Bumex Lasix drips. We did bedside procedures like cardioversions and TEEs. Also took care of a lot of our stroke patients, so I got a lot of hands-on with having to do NIH and neuro assessments. We have anywhere between 3 to 5 patients, so I really had to learn how to critically think and time manage and prioritize. After about a year on that floor, I was definitely feeling more confident. I started precepting new grads and precepting nursing students, and I had been talking with my director at the time. She was really supportive of her nurses trying to find what specialty they really wanted to be in. And even though I thought I really wanted ER, after working on that unit for a year, I got to see a little bit more hands-on in the other units, and that's when I started to show some interest in ICU. What really sold me was being able to continue that higher level of care and knowledge to care for a really sick patient. We also had a lot of exposure to codes and rapids and stroke codes on our floor just because of the nature of the patients we were taking care of. And so we interacted a lot more with the ICU staff. And then after the patients would go back with them to ICU, I would find myself wondering, what are they doing? What medications are they giving? What was the problem? And because of this, that's like what ultimately helped me decide on which department I wanted to be in. So at my old hospital, we had 2 different ICUs. We had a CV ICU that kind of was like a MICU as well, and then a trauma neuro ICU. And I ended up applying to the CV ICU. Another thing that I loved that my old hospital did was anyone new to ICU went through a new, basically a residency program. They called it Critical Care Boot Camp. There was different classes. Like, it basically felt like we were back in nursing school, and I loved it. Anything that was, you know, a newer thing for us as ICU nurses, we were able to get hands-on learning with our educators. I worked on the floor for 12 weeks with a preceptor. Once I hit a year, I was able to start getting trained on more devices, CRT, Impella, balloon pump. After a couple years in, I was able to start taking care of post-open heart patients. And then at like my 4-year mark, I was able to train as an ECMO specialist. And then around year 5 is when I ended up moving to San Diego and getting a new job. I did stay per diem at the hospital in Phoenix. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen moving to San Diego and if I was going to stay and like it. And so I did keep my job back in Phoenix, and I was flying home every month just to work 2 shifts on ECMO. And about 6 months, I realized that I really did like working in San Diego. I was going to stay here long term. And so I did end up leaving my job in Phoenix. I've been in San Diego for 2 years, and I'm working on a medical ICU floor. I got hired on as what's called an advanced clinician, and the role still includes me working bedside, but most of my shifts are now as charge nurse. And I do have days each month where I work on more administrative work, and I help with education rollouts for the unit. I teach some of the classes. And I do feel really lucky. I know it's super rare that I was able to start as a new grad on day shift and move to CVICU as a day shift and then accept a day shift position here in the MICU. And just a reminder for all my new nurses out there that it is not guaranteed that you're going to have to work night shift. I know that it is the norm, but I'm here to tell you that you can start as a new grad on day shift. I was not...
How's it going?
Good. I was not expecting you on the other side of the door. Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning. Why are you laughing at me saying good morning?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I need to get some snacks, pack my bag, get my water, and get out the door. These like $5 bags from Amazon are the best. They're like a corduroy material. They hold so much. I have one in every bag in multiple colors. I love to throw tons of different work stuff in here. I put all my snacks in here. Got my favorite pen. It's literally almost out of ink and it's broken here. I use this exact same pen every single day. Shoe-wise, I kind of switch it up on the ones I'm wearing. I'm currently on a Birkenstock Boston kick. I like a shoe where my foot can slide in and out of, but let me tell you, I've tried them all. Prior to this, I was on a Croc kick, and then I was on a New Balance. I've been to the Dansko clogs, I've done Nikes, I did Hoka's. I have tried them all, and I feel like I like different ones at different times. Ooh, almost forgot my Apple Watch. I would have been a sad girl. Off for shift number 1. I love leaving work with the sun still out. Ooh, baby, that looks so good. I've been able to read all the texts.
How was work?
I'm home from work and honestly was not too bad. You never know what you're gonna get with Friday, but it was a good one. We did have a stroke code that was called in-house and kind of like a rapid response-ish thing. It did have a couple field trips I had to take patients to. I had to go to MRI with 2 different patients and a CAT scan with a different patient. I came home and Ryan had cooked a really good dinner. We just watched an episode of Breaking Bad. We were through like halfway through season 3. Also, don't judge me for sitting in my scrubs on my couch because Ryan is washing our couch cushions tomorrow. So that is why I just sat down. I'm gonna hop in the shower. I want to read a little bit before I go to bed and call it a night. I see you guys in the morning. Let's get ready. I was in such a deep sleep and I could have just kept sleeping forever. According to my Oura ring, I did sleep well. It said I slept for 7 hours and 12 minutes. I got an 88% on my sleep score. And it says your readiness is high. Today could be the day to challenge yourself. All right, let's do it. I'm with the big comfy one again. We've been having the straight up June gloom here in San Diego. I live really close to the ocean, so in the morning we've just been getting that marine layer just mist. So it's been chilly. I'm gonna grab my lunch and grab my bag and I gotta get out the door. Bye. I am off work and it ended up being a really busy shift, especially toward the end. We had a pretty sick patient that we had to intubate and place a central line and an A line and prone and just all the things. And I was still able to get on time. I did some N95 fit tests for some staff and oh no.
Come here.
And I got off work and Ryan and I walked over and had some dinner at this really cute restaurant by our house, and now we are out. I know. Now we are out walking our little nightly walk at the bay with the dogs, and then I'm gonna head to bed and get back to work tomorrow. Oh, good morning. My scrub top is a little wrinkly. When I worked in Phoenix, all of the nurses at my hospital had to wear navy blue. And then when I moved to California, it was so nice. At my hospital, we can wear whatever color scrubs we want. The second half of my shift last night was really busy, and it started to kind of slow down right as night shift was getting there. So I really hope they had a good night. Is the nice thing about working multiple days in a row is that I do already know all the patients. And I kind of know roughly what to expect from the day. Obviously things change and we get new patients and we get some patients out, but for the most part it is nice just having an idea. Short and sweet little chat this morning because I decided to sleep a little bit longer, but day 3, here we go. That was a crazy end to my shift. I ended up being there for 13.5 hours. The first half of the shift was going great. Did a couple IVs on the floor, we ordered lunch, I got my RQI done, some online learning. But once 4 o'clock hit, but it's okay. I'm home now. Okay, looking a little rough, but I'm gonna get in the shower and I'm gonna go straight to bed, and I will see you in the morning for shift number 4. Good morning. It is day 4, but I am actually not at work. I got a call this morning at 4:45 in the morning saying that I was gonna be canceled for today's shift because our census was lower. When we get canceled, we have the option to take call for the day, and so I decided to do that. So we get paid just like a base minimum pay for the day to be on call, and then if they end up needing someone and they call me in, then I end up getting paid time and a half for the rest of the shift. So it's kind of a win-win because I got to sleep in. I'm gonna go get some breakfast right now, get some things done around the house, and then if they end up needing me and calling me in, I get paid a little more than I would have been paid. So this is kind of a nice surprise for my last shift of my stretch. When I left yesterday, I was thinking there was maybe a potential that this could happen because we had some patients that were gonna be downgraded. I didn't want to request it because even though I had the craziest end to my shift last night, I feel like when you're just going and you're already like, I'm heading into my 4th shift, I'm just like committed, and at this point I just want to see it through. But it just fell that because nobody requested, I was the next one in line. So I guess it was kind of a little blessing in disguise. So we'll see how the day plays out. It's only like 9 in the morning right now, so definitely still has some potential. It's a Monday morning and anything can happen. I was gonna make breakfast at home, and I decided that I'm gonna treat myself and go get something from one of my favorite restaurants called the Henry, get a little iced tea. It's another gloomy day here in San Diego, so I honestly might just hang inside, get some laundry done, and start my book that I've been wanting to read. I've been mentioning, I think I mentioned it earlier in this vlog, and I never got to start it, so. Alright, it's 1 o'clock and the sun just came out. I haven't gotten called in yet. I just texted my friend who's working, and she said they're looking good right now, so they most likely are not going to need me. So I'm gonna go lay by the pool and read my book and just relax. I am so excited. From SoundCloud. It was. I love you. It was so fun. Well, it's officially the end of day 4. I did not get called into work today. Ended up being a really nice day. Got to hang out with Ryan. We hung by the pool. I slept in a little bit, and then our best friends came over and we went on a nice walk. Had some dinner with them, and just really enjoyed the night. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will catch you next time. See ya.